Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dina. This is the Daily Dharma. We just try to take the collective vibes, see what we can make out of Spirit's advice as to how we can best navigate the influences and opportunities coming our way. So please check out some of the extended content, all listed on the channel's video history, and interact with the channel. Get to know us, start a conversation in the community comment section there. Let's see what we have today. The only pre-messages I had today was, how does it go? People don't know how to disagree these days. And I kept hearing this song. I don't know if it's the cult of personality or if it's cultured personality. It's a song from when I was young, to date myself completely. And I think it's talking about, the system and its effect on us, and how I think basically many of us are wearing masks. And I think that this eclipse cycle, it's coming through as like the unmasking right now. We just went through both of the fall eclipses, 2025, if you're not watching this at the time of the recording. How's the future handling things out there? All right, we're seeing discernment and soul time beneath the deck. Hopefully my puppies won't be too distracting. They're napping right now. We have romantic love and discernment. So are you sitting with a romantic decision, taking some time to yourself to reflect? It's perfect pondering weather. The reason I've changed the angle of the camera here is because we have a little bit of a thunderstorm going on. I'm not sure if I pressed record before that last peal of thunder was rumbling through the sky or not. But it's great energy. I love it. I got caught out in the rain a little bit earlier. I was going to take the whole day and do other things, not readings, and Spirit had other plans. So let's talk about this romantic decision you're sitting with, shall we? Let's take these cards that we're poking out, and I guess we'll take those two, and then we'll shuffle again. First two, Ether, the seamless, unspeakable, 11, and stepping through. So you're thinking about making a choice, a romantic choice, something that is unprecedented, something you haven't had the opportunity to do in the past for some reason. And I'm seeing in the artwork there's some amount of how do I want to say that, like this ultimate surrender that has you, it's like this back bend. So these figures here look more like dragons, but it almost looks here like some kind of a feminine figure doing this unrealistic back bend. And this entire thing here is actually this model that we see in physics, and I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's basically the moment where energy is pushing forward, and then there's like almost like the drop and the ripple and how it comes back up the center. Is that what I'm trying? I'm not going to try to replicate it because I channel more than I instruct on the quantum level. Solar plexus chakra, throat chakra, third eye chakra, and the three other cards are crown chakra and healing and luminescence. Interesting. So it's crazy that all of these chakras came out all together here again. I think I'm going to isolate the chakras over here And I'll just put them in order here. So we've got 3, 5, 6, and 7th chakras here. So you're healing these particular chakras here, and it's helping you to have this glow up energy here. And it looks like your glow up is really affecting your heart chakra. And it's helping you to break through these unprecedented ideas about love or romance, and helping you to step through some type of energy, maybe asking for what you need in some way is how it's coming through, because I'm seeing this this Merkaba energy here in front of the main part of her body. And so it's interesting in that way, because that's also the traditional symbol, if I'm not mistaken, of the throat chakra, but it's a very alchemical symbol anyways. Under the deck we have shine your light and third eye chakra, pineal perspective there. That's interesting too. I feel like I'll keep that shine your light because it goes with the luminescence here. So you're shining, excuse me, you're healing your light body. And it looks like for some of us here, Spirit wants to talk about specific things going on in the solar plexus, throat, third eye, crown area, but we do have the doubling down on the third eye chakra here. Yeah, because Spirit wants you to be able to have this radical expansion of your masculine principle. And again, for the people who are newer here, we talk about masculine, feminine as parts of our wholeness. And so it's a little bit more like talking about the way that we're choosing to trust our instinctive choices, and trusting the resonance is helping us to have this radical expansion of the light body right now. So that's interesting. So yeah, divine masculine, trust your innocence, radical expansion. And now under the deck we have this earth star seer, coherence, and romantic love was right there. All right, we'll take those. Now Mount Shasta's on the bottom. And let's stop there with this deck. I think that's plenty. So on the earthly level, this expansion is looking like some various experiences and lessons, probably with other people or simply with yourself, and stepping through new ways to conceive of who you are, how you are, and beingness on purpose. And healing these chakra issues is helping you to build that inner trust. And so you're no longer needing others' approval. And yeah, there's this dual expansion and glow up energy on the earthly level. And so this luminescence, this light that you're shining is very apparent to others. And so with Starseer energy as well, I feel like this is a spiritual promotion of your gifts and talents. So with this glow up energy, you might be focusing a little bit on your the abilities that you have and promoting your own gifts on this more intuitive realm. However, that comes through your beingness, whatever your gifts and talents are. But there's also this, oh, I forget where I was going with that, but let me keep going. So the other ones that came down were romantic love, change, compassion, and coherence. I'm seeing the number 15 and 13, or excuse me, yeah, 15, 13, and 12. So a change of understanding about how we've interacted with various romantic experiences in the past, and how, like, we could look back at perhaps a few people, whether it's romantic or business or otherwise, different exchanges that you've had on the interpersonal dynamics level. And I think that you're seeing other people's maneuvering and your own in a new way, an unprecedented way. And this is helping you to integrate your own shadow elements and to fall back in love with yourself. And this is where that glow is coming from. I do want one more here. Perfect. Our ancient future was on the back of the deck. And look at her hands there and how she's holding up those DNA strands there. So I feel like this is the promotion that you are receiving on the earthly plane for your gifts and talents. You see the light in others, and so your energetic gifts and talents are going to be front and center, and they're going to be seen by the right people to help you move forward because of this newfound alignment. And because you also then hold the codes to specifically help people with these various chakra areas. So you might be somebody who, for instance, spends a lot more energy doing empowerment codings and self-worth codings with that solar plexus, like helping people to choose the right thing for themselves. And with throat chakra, you probably have experimented a lot with various different types of truths before really honing in on something that was meaningful and resonant with your particular unique path. And so you're somebody who doesn't necessarily get caught up to the best of your capacities with preaching your truth. You're somebody who expresses perspectives and philosophies in an open-minded way, because we also have, again, that third eye chakra and the crown chakra. So those are all about opening yourself further into the healing realms, because look at how you're able to then channel this energy down through the crown, down through all of the chakra systems and into the earthly plane. Sometimes I do wish that I had dual cameras so I could show you how it's laid out on the deck here. But yeah, it's like the chakras and then the pineal and then healing with the light body beside it, leading into earth, and then the star seer, and then our ancient future with then the unspeakable ether and stepping through this healing moment happening on the left side, the new choice point and the innocence that goes into this expansive choice point beyond fear, the unlimited fearlessness of daring greatly to expand into love, to trust greatly in your faith that you'll always land on your feet, for instance. And so this change in the way that you view yourself and others, this enormous understanding about how others and yourself have utilized your own interpersonal relationship dynamics, has really led you to falling more greatly in love with your process. And so let's start here with some animal totem cards and see what type of energy you're channeling this through. And then I think we'll get a few archetypal cards as well to understand how this is showing up for you in your relationships, right? Because the archetypal cards show how we're working, how we're navigating the spiritual pressure to work through the material, right? And maybe shamanic deck as well. Horse, freedom. Your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. I like that one. Somebody could be born in the year of the horse. Under the deck is lizard regeneration. As a survivor, you are unparalleled. No matter what happens, you can adapt. Embrace your transformation. Put on your new cloak. You are a master of regeneration. So it's all about how the reason why you've had all of these various truths and empowerment codes integrated within your blueprint is part of your history is having those areas of your own development and your personal journey questioned by others or yourself. And so because you have dared to question greatly, you have experienced profound spectrum shifts from time A to B and beyond. You've moved beyond the normal maneuvering and navigation of these particular codes at this time. So I'm also seeing elk with nobility, puffin with partnership, and moose with wisdom. Interesting. So a few antlers here. It talks about teamwork, ask for help, and celebrate your accomplishments. You're crowned with success. Powerful forces guide you. Your ability to conquer challenges is unparalleled. So there's your lizard energy. So you may be basking in the glow of something. I don't know why that comes through. So, all right, 15 minutes. Let's see how you're navigating these changes with this archetypal energy. How are these energies shining through your light body and your healing process out into the world? And so this seems like asking us to look at our manifestation as a portal of our healing process. And so the past that we've been observing is this unspeakable ether, unspeakable, what is it called? The ether is the unspeakable, the seamless, unspeakable. Okay, first one is the nectar. So I think that what we're talking about is this freedom from the old process. You've liberated your heart and mind and consciousness from previous patterning that held you captive in these various chakra learning and navigation. I'll just say navigation again. So there's something about this Merkaba navigation and how you're able to see the lesson and the blessing within the challenges and to apply and transcend the pattern, because we can't transcend the pattern until we've been able to extract the nectar, the gift from the situation. And so you're liberating yourself in this unfoldment process. And now you hold these sacred codes to help people to navigate their own healing process. Under the deck, we have the Father. So for many of us, we will have a lot of I'm going to call it accomplishments and successes in having navigated how to extract the highest embodiment of our choices and our discernment with kindness and compassion, through all of the lessons and blessings of the ideas and ideals that we held for the masculine figures in our lifeline and in our past, and our expectations for future, and even the perceived betrayals, because we're having this compassionate change in the way that we're understanding how we've participated in romantic love down here. So we're extracting this nectar and taking back our power from feeling that our choices were limited or that we were limited in our own expansion potential, and that we had some type of like, well, I've reached the pinnacle of where I'm supposed to go because people in my family and my community, we only go so far. No, you're breaking through that because you've understood something here. Oh, that's really beautiful in here. I'm going to put that right in between this changing compassionate understanding within romantic exchanges, which of course, again, I'm broadening into the exchanges and dynamic things that we've gone through in life, all impacting the way that we believe ourselves into and out of relationships, if you can follow me. So with this animal here, it's talking about really getting deeply into our instincts, into our desirous nature. And it's asking us to heal the the programming. I'll leave it at programming, because the animal talks about our primal soul essence and resonance, versus the chakras here suggest that there's been some kinks in or detours in our healing process. And so we're getting back, reclaiming our choices from some ideas that were restricting or restraining us from acting with this instinctual perfection in the past. And we get the Bardo. Can I pull this forward? The Bardo, I do believe, is the liminal space between this realm and the next. And so it's talking about the fog within the transition point between pattern and transcendence. And we've been talking about that over the last week with the point of realization channelings. And that diagram can be applied to so many different facets of our life to help us to move through the fear threshold, out of the comfort zone, out of looping thoughts and beliefs and fear cycles, back into pushing through the obstacles and recognizing the lesson within it, to transcend the pattern and move forward, to continue to ascend and to climb, and to be promoted in any way that feels good to you. Apply it to any situation, right? There's all types of promotions that we can do throughout our lifetime, such as like the promotion of being one of love and not of war, right? There's all these ideals and beliefs and empowerment codes, again, that we're shining forth just by who and how we choose to appear and to show up in this earthly realm. And it has a lot to do with all of this Akashic heritage, all of this starseed origin, and you're bringing it all online quite powerfully and regenerating yourself out of the ashes, for some of you, like the phoenix. So I don't know if there's some Scorpios here. That's a scorpionic sign. But yeah, it's like with this animal instincts and this horse freedom, it's getting back to what it says, the heart being pure and free, and getting in alignment with your greater purpose, and saying how much stamina and strength you have to continue to move forward through the winds of change. And we have this romantic change here to accomplish your dreams. So again, back in this Bardo, it's this space between self-belief and self-doubt, as well as that space between the veils, between like this earthly realm and everything that is multidimensional about ourselves, and how we can pull that in and start to transcend the self-limiting beliefs that says, oh, I don't really know about that. I'm not an expert. I've just been studying for 35 years plus, right? And so sometimes the subtle discounting and discrediting that goes on within our chemistry is overlooked. And so I think that some other individuals are play acting karmically with us to help us awaken to some theater and theatrics in our own makeup here, and to get back to what is it that's really who I am. And it says that you have a lot of connection with all of these other realms. And I know that there's more to that. I'm wondering if I have my book here. Let me pause here and get that book. Oh, I'm so glad I did. I hope you will indulge me. I just want to read this because it's so synchronistic with the messages that are automatically already intuitively coming through. So the Bardo is the liminal, the in-between, the transitionary space, said that it's between this life and the next. So a liminal realm through which souls pass from earth to the beyond. So envisioning this inherently mysterious space creates the potential for us to rise above the concerns of this world and see our relationships through a cosmic and timeless lens. We may receive images, again, with this timeless lens, this karmic and promotion of both the star seer, the regeneration of the physical, you're doing some very incredible work. And so you're bridging the realms here is kind of what we're getting at. So yeah, envisioning our relationships through a cosmic and timeless lens, again, with the looking backward through why our relationships were activating us for certain purposes and potentials, and how we were always outgrowing one thing or the next, and we were just being redirected. And so we may receive messages from those who are no longer with us, or see visions of lives not yet lived. In the Bardo, there is the potential to forgive the unforgivable, to say the unsaid, the seamless, unspeakable. And it doesn't even have to come through in words. Sometimes, like the release of emotion, whether happy or sad, comes through me. It's like this energetic bubble coming up, and it's just like almost like a whale of this throat emission. And sometimes it comes with a lot of emotional release, because I find that one of the ways that my body chooses to cleanse is through tears and sound. And so, yeah, to see the unseen, to love the unloved or unlovable, to let go of all the things that cause us pain. Because again, here to interject, pain is not an option. It comes no matter what we think about it. But suffering is somewhat optional once we see. The Bardo suspends us in its spaciousness for just long enough to open us to higher wisdom. Its energy does not belong to Earth as we know it, but rather to the cosmic network of which we are a single thread. I absolutely love that. So yeah, we're talking about a lot of subconscious programming and latent encodedness, that it happens not because of the bad things, but it's because of how we've chosen to integrate, alchemize, and transcend through a very committed path. And so, yeah, I think I'll leave that deck there. Let's see if we can get into a few more things here. With this card, let's talk specifically about some of these choices. I want to see what we have here and here. Shifting and rejuvenation. Yeah, this regeneration here. And it looks like to me in the moment, it's talking about the heart space, and how at first the heart space needs to awaken to that core, central, higher heart love of self, and this love of other. But then how we can be that beacon that assists that healing energy spiraling out into the world from our central pillar of heart-based awareness. And those blue waters is like the way that we emit those sounds, and how timeless and entangled that emission of primal truth through the unspeakable. It's like there is no space and time. That seamless transmission doesn't need words. The healing is the feeling, and it is instantaneous. So yeah, there's a lot of emotion coming up for many at this time, whether it's ourselves or those that we are dealing with here. And so we're recognizing our potential as a medium to fearlessly assist others in processing what comes up for them, because of our innate commitment to doing that for ourselves. So we've been there, done that, and it's not scary, because on the other side of the darkness is the daybreak. It's like, I'm a night owl. I don't mind showing you the way. Come on, I know a shortcut. Thank you for your service, everyone. That one feels good. Yeah, acknowledge it. Because, yeah, your commitment to utilizing your voice to bring forth the new type of orientation of matter within the chakra centers, within the material realms, you are bringing in a lot of order, as far as not like control and dogma, but you're releasing people from the constructs of dogma with this free thinking, free spirited emission that you're bringing forth. It's birthing a lot of wisdom into people's into their conscious awareness that wasn't there before. And it's because you have been so committed to bringing yourself, returning to your spiritual center time and again. And so you're a pro at this. You've been practicing this for many years. So you're protected, and you're protecting others with this violet flame peeking out as well. It's like you are helping other individuals to transmute the darkness into greater light with all of your energy. And so, yeah, frequency shift, level up here. That's the code that you're bringing in. And there's this surfacing storm. So there's, yeah, have confidence that whatever storms are arising within yourself are helping to redirect you to focusing more directly upon those spaces and those code releases from your system. Because a lot of us in this 3D realm have been led to believe that our highest achievements are in the material accumulations and how big our homes are and how fast our cars are. And those of us that are tuning in here are having this huge shift in rejuvenation of our energies. Yeah, 8888 activation showing up here, rebalance. And anything further, it says unresolved resentments and unchanneled energies are coming up now. And there's a time of introversion here because you're ascending into your mastery of these lessons, because you're also a cooperative visionary. You're somebody who's bringing forward this energy in a symbiotic way to give and take and share so that it's a win-win situation, to help people to manage their anger and other emotional upheavals and how to balance their energy. And yeah, you're you're some kind of catalyst with this. I was trying to get a reaction, and other people think that they're trying to bait you, but you ultimately catalyze their process because you share your correct right order of knowledge, your right perspective here. Sharing your wins sometimes puts others into turmoil. Bitterness is going to block them because they're going to think that you're bragging, but what you're doing is you are activating everybody, whether they know it or not. Even if they choose to resist and resent, you are still a divine channel of this embodied energy instead of projected energy. Long, cool woman in a black dress. You can make somebody forgive their vows. Oh my, that I meant that as like a religious vow, but I was just seeing like third party marriage type situation. So watch yourself there. Know what you're getting into. Free ride, take it easy. That's my free spirit energy today. And we've got Gen X, solar plexus, high value, handle with care. So take good care of yourselves today. Know how high value you are in your process and what you're up to in this realm and the next and the next and the next. Take good care again, and hit some of those buttons. Help us grow the channel if you don't mind. And I'm sending you so much